Updates today on a still murky Ohio Sprint Speedweek situation. High Limit needs an announcer. Huset adds more big money Outlaw shows and more. Let's go. It's Thursday, November 9th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily. We did it, friends. As of yesterday, we have officially crossed over 25,000 YouTube subscribers, which was my goal for all of 2023. Not bad, with still almost 2 months to go in the year. Thank you so much to everyone who has come along for this journey. I started the YouTube channel in 2020 as kind of just another place for people to find the podcast episodes, as I thought the podcasts themselves would be the focus, but over time, these videos have become way bigger than I could have imagined. We are at this moment north of 6.5 million total views on YouTube, with 4.2 million of those having been just this year. And as an added sign of the growth, Tuesday this week saw the most views ever on a single day in DIRTRACKR history, with the double daily shows around the sprint car news garnering nearly 50,000 views. For some context, it took 14 months of shows before I even reached 50,000 total views, and it was 18 months before I had a month with 50,000 views. And this week we had that in a single day. As a little celebration for reaching 25,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away 5 prize packs featuring some DIRTRACKR stickers and some koozies. Comment below 25K if you want to be entered for that, and I'll reach out to you for contact info if you're a winner. Also, for 25K, I'm discounting all merch over at shop.dirtrackr.com, 25% off through Saturday night. That's good on everything in the store. You can use code 25K, that's 25K at checkout to take advantage. Thanks to everyone for tuning in every day. There's still plenty more to come in the future as this show grows, and here's to hopefully the next 25,000. At Sonoya in Georgia this weekend, we were supposed to have the Peach State Classic, which would have been the season finale for the Flo Racing Night in America late models. But as of this morning, racing for Friday and Saturday is canceled because of impending weather. Their show for tonight, featuring local divisions, is still on as scheduled. So if you're in the area, there is still racing tonight. With Sonoya off, that means Bobby Pierce has locked up the 2023 Flo Series championship from basically his house in Illinois. Just 9 points separated Pierce and Hudson O'Neal, but now we won't get to see the two teams square off for the title. Pierce gets $75,000 for perfect attendance, and he becomes the second champion in series history, joining Brandon Shepard from 2022. This is Bobby's second National Touring Series championship of this season. I'm fully aware of how difficult it is to reschedule races, but no matter how you slice this, it sucks not to get to see this thing decided on the racetrack. November race is obviously sketchy anyway, but this one really bums me out. And Sonoya as a whole just has absolutely terrible luck with these big shows. So many races there have been rained out in recent years, and big time dirt races there. I tweeted about this today, but I think if Sonoya scheduled an ASCS sprint car race, the world just might end. This cancellation effectively ends the national touring season. Lucas, the Outlaws, Flo, now all done for the year. There's plenty of regional racing still to come in 2023, plus the Dome in December. You've also got the XR finale at Alltech that had previously been rescheduled from October. That's now a one-day, two-feature show that has some people not stoked about what happened there. Back to the sprint car news that just keeps on coming these days. I did sit in on the High Limit press conference yesterday with Brad Sweet, Kyle Larson, and Flo Racing's Phil Wendler. I'm not sure how I got invited, but I certainly appreciate Brian Walker reaching out and Brad and Kyle answering the couple of questions I threw in. If you want to see that full presser, it's available over on the Flo Racing app and the Flo Racing YouTube channel. Ohio Sprint Speedweek was one of the topics that got brought up during that press conference, and we now know that the Fast Series and Aaron Fry will try and fill the Speedweek void left by the High Limit acquisition of the All-Stars. High Limit has effectively passed Speedweek management to Fast, and the two sides will supposedly work together to make it all happen. In a post on social media, the Fast Series shared that High Limit reached out to them about taking all of this over. They plan to keep the scheduled dates the same, that is June 8th through the 15th in 2024, and that more details will be released by the POWRi show in December, including purse money, obviously the dates, tracks involved, and the point fund information. The Dean Niddle Memorial at Portsmouth has been the Speedweek finale, but it sounds like that won't continue, as I'm hearing another track could be the final show, and the Niddle is now going to be part of the High Limit schedule anyway. Like I said on yesterday's show, though, even with the Fast announcement on Wednesday, things still sound pretty messy at the moment at Ohio. It's my understanding that no tracks have signed on officially for Speedweek just yet, and there are other efforts to both start Sprint Car Series and maybe even a separate Speedweek in the area. The end of the All-Stars has created a fairly large hole there, and I think several groups seem pretty keen to try and make something happen to fill it. The situation, I think, will remain fluid here for a little while. On the high limit side, we know they have begun bringing on new staff to help with their efforts to grow into a national series next year, and we've already talked about Mike Hess and Kendra Jacobs joining on. One area that I know many fans are curious about is who will be the high limit sprint car announcer for 2024. The latter part of this season in 2023 was handled mostly by Dylan Welch and Tony Bachhoven. And we know that Vince Welch was there in the beginning, but ended up not finishing the season. Ben Shelton was involved at various points, and they had Chris Wilner pit reporting. There was some hope out there from some race fans that the series would bring Blake Anderson over from the All-Stars, and Brad and Kyle did approach him about doing the deal. But in a social media post yesterday, Blake shared that his career is headed in a different direction in the sport and that it won't be him on the mic for high limit. And unless something has changed in recent days, I've also been told that it won't be Bachhoven either, as he's deep in a mayoral race and plans to stay in Knoxville. So if that's true, I'm not really sure where that leaves high limit right now for an announcer. Shelton is deep on the late model side at Flow Racing, plus his duties with My Race Pass. Chet Christner is out there, and he spent 2023 on the USAC side. Not sure if that's a guy they would, maybe reach out to. They could also go after a guy like Tony Laporta, who did USAC in 2022 and is currently doing a bunch of content work for the World of Outlaws. If it's not any of those guys, they may have to look towards maybe elevating a local or regional announcer or announcers to fill their booth. It's another storyline to keep an eye on this offseason when we're talking about high limit. Also on the show yesterday, we got into some schedule updates for the World of Outlaws, and I told you that Huset and Jackson would play an even more prominent role in 2024. The Huset's part has been confirmed thanks to an announcement from the track. They will have 6 Outlaw dates next year. That will be starting in June. June 19th and 20th will be the High Bank Hustle. That's going to result in a 100,000 to win feature on Thursday. Then we'll get into the High Bank Nationals, June 21st and 22nd. That will end in a 250,000 to win main event on Saturday night. And as Brian Carter shared on Winged Nation, the Outlaws will be at Huset's for the Labor Day weekend. That is August 31st and September 1st. Sunday night of that one will pay $40,000 to the winner. So plenty of big money will be paid out by track owner Todd Quiring just at Huset's. And I think we can say it's probably safe to assume that David Gravel will be back full-time as a World of Outlaws driver in Quiring's Big Game 2 car next season. And, we talked about all of the possible 100,000 to win or more shows on the Outlaw schedule next year. So that right there takes care of 2 of them. Looking ahead to some sprint car shows this weekend, we've been talking about the 25,000 win race at BAPS that's coming up on Saturday. The field there will include Logan Schuchart, Jacob Allen, Anthony Macri, Brock Zierfoss, Danny Dietrich. Garrett Williamson will be there in the Trone 39. We also know about Devin Borden, Justin Peck, Justin Henderson in the Crite 69K, and Lucas Wolf will be there among others. You can find full details on the full event over at BAPSMotorspeedway.com. And in Oklahoma, the POWRi 410 series ends its season this weekend with a triple header. They'll be at Tri-State Speedway Friday and Saturday, then make the 2-hour drive to Tulsa on Sunday. Friday is 5,000 to win, Saturday is 12,000 to win, and Sunday is another 7,000 to win. Ayrton Jeniton currently leads the POWRi 410 standings with a commanding lead right now over Joe B. Miller and Xavier Doney. Other names to expect include Blake Hahn, IRA champion Brenham Crouch, JJ Hickel, Noah Gass, Zane DeVault, Aaron Reitzel, Corey Eliason, and Sam Haferteep, among others. So some pretty good fields, some pretty good sprint car racing here still to come this weekend. All right, that's it for the show this week. Streaming schedule, lots of other good stuff over at DIRTRACKR.com, so check that out. You can also follow DIRTRACKR on social media, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you are, DIRTRACKR is as well. Hope you guys have a great Thursday out there. We'll see you right back here on Sunday.